everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday for April 14th. I'm just going to give you all a moment here to find me live, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with our presentation for tonight. So again, if you are able to find live with you, please comment and tell me hello, and I will get started here in just a couple of minutes. So I think I'm good. Anyway, so today is my granddaughter's birthday. She turns 2 today. So hard to believe that she is 2 already, but she is. And so we celebrated her birthday over the weekend, which was loads and loads of fun. So let's see here. Make sure I can see your guys' comments, which I'm not able to see. So let me refresh my page. I see a few of you joining me, and I know you're telling me hello. So just know that if I haven't commented yet, there they come in. All right. Hi to Carol and Mary. Welcome, ladies. Joanne, welcome. So anyway, today is my granddaughter Chloe's birthday, and she officially is 2 years old today. So on Sunday, we had her birthday party, and I meant to post pictures of her all day today so you could see what she looks like, and I forgot to. So I will make it a point to do that. I'm going to make a note to do that right after my Facebook Live, because she's such a cute little twerp. You're going to just got to see a picture of her. So anyway, but today is officially her birthday, and so she, they FaceTimed me right before my Facebook Live, and I asked her how her day went today, and she went like that to me, and I'm like, oh, yep, terrible twos, here we go. And then she kind of giggled about it and laughed, but it was kind of cute as she was doing that. So anyway, hello to Courtney, and oh, Maureen, we have birthdays that people are sharing. That's awesome. And oh, thank you, Shireen. This is my quick, I'm in a hurry hairdo, and it got all blown away today. So here in Michigan, it's a very windy day, and I'm praying that my internet will stay running and stay going for all of you. So if I do freeze up, I'm going to be trying to do my best to keep an eye on that for you, because it is very windy here, and I was a little concerned about that. But thank you, Carol. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. And so anyway, a few things in the way of updates and announcements. Like I said, today's her birthday. Even though she was sick earlier this week in the ER, she had nothing major, just a viral infection, but they tested her for all of the normal flu, COVID, RSV, that all came back negative. So we were very happy to hear that she was not sick. But yeah, she was not a very happy girl for a little while there. Anyway, and then today was the day that Natalie had what they call her senior meeting. And so senior is in high school senior. And so she got all of her end of the year dates, like when prom is, when practice for graduation, all the details for graduation, all of these the last day of school stuff. They went over all of that. So she came home to hand me that, and it just kind of seemed so surreal that, like, yeah, she's going to be graduating here. But we're excited for her and her next journey. And then we are really close, hopefully, to having Claire have some cellos to practice with. I know I shared with all of you that we were trying to get in with a company out of Chicago, and we are really close to having that available for her. So anyway, yeah, so we'll see how that all plays out for her. So anyway, other than that, this weekend is Easter. I hope you all have a very blessed Easter. I want to make sure I mention that in case I forget later. We're going to have some of the family over just for in the evening to visit for a little bit. Matt and Nicole and my granddaughter Chloe will come over and just, visit for a little bit. But we usually what we do is we go to church. Our church has a breakfast afterwards, and we go to a really early service, like at 6:30 in the morning. And then after that, we all take naps. So that's kind of like what our schedule is going to be like for the weekend. It's kind of a nice, one of the few rare occasion days that I actually do take a nap. But anyway, other than that, it's just been back to the grind after having spring break week and my kids getting all back into the swing of things. Anyway, we're going to do our sharing first, and then I'm going to talk to you about some open classes and upcoming events. So if you are new to my Facebook Live, I want to welcome you all if you're watching live or on the replay. I'm from Mount Pleasant, Michigan. I do Facebook Lives every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time right now. And I always give away prizes for sharing my video. And so I have 2 prizes that I showed last week. One is the Fan Baker's Twine. It goes with the sports Hey Sports Fan bundle. And then one is the beautiful Very Vanilla lace trim. And this lace trim is retiring and nothing's replacing it. I'm so bummed. But I stocked up on this because this is a ribbon that we're using for Natalie's open house for her decorations and stuff. And so at least I get to use it for one last big event. But she picked it out. So anyway, the winners, we have winners. So the winner of the ribbon, the lace trim ribbon, is Bonnie Kaiser. Bonnie's actually my sister, so congratulations to Bonnie. I was like, oh, her name came up this time. And then the winner of the Fan Baker's Twine, which this can be used on any kind of masculine cards. It doesn't have to be used with that bundle. But the winner of this is Janet Crowell. So congratulations. I do believe Janet might actually be watching live with us. I think my sister's at work. But anyway, those will be getting to you in the next little bit here. So anyway, yep, you guys all know the drill. Keep on sharing if you haven't shared yet. I have a couple prizes for next time, and one of them is the Pebbles enamel shapes. Now, I didn't look on the inventory report, but these were not available for a very long time. They may actually already be sold out, but I still have some, and so I'm giving those away. And then I have some of what they're called the holiday rhinestones, but they can be used for any occasion. They don't have to be used just for holidays. But there's light blue, dark blue, red, green, and then like a gold color. So I'll be giving those away next week on my Facebook Live. Oh, hi, Sandy. We got Sandy watching today, and hi to Beth. And a lot of you watching. I appreciate you. Welcome so much. I'm on a different computer tonight, so my comments are coming in a little bit differently, so just bear with me. But my other computer was not working right, and so I just grabbed my work one that I'm still getting used to. It works great when it works, but sometimes I struggle seeing comments. So anyway, a few things I have in the way of announcements before we transition down, and I show you guys some awesome ways you can use this Ladybug Punch. Ladybug Punch. When you work with ladybugs and bees, and they all become the same insect. But anyway, catalogs. You should be receiving your catalogs soon. I said that last week as well, but I've had a few of my customers tell me they're already starting to get them. If you have placed an order with me in the last year, you will get one in the mail. Again, I'm going to repeat this so that you all know that you will have a catalog in your hands before that catalog goes live May 3rd. If you do not receive your catalog by the end of April, I would say April 28th, 29th, message me and I'll send you one that I have here, okay? I want to make sure you all have that catalog in your hand. I'm also going to be scheduling, I think I'm looking at May 9th, which is the Monday after Mother's Day weekend, what I'm calling my new catalog kickoff event, where I will be showcasing product from that catalog. You saw some of it last week of what we were able to order on a pre-order, but now I'll be able to order more of that on May 3rd. And so I'm going to be doing a little bit of an ordering promotion kickoff event to showcase that awesome new catalog. So more details will be posted on my Facebook page and my Facebook group about that event. But I'm excited to share with you guys all that new stuff. Classes that are open. I just opened, actually, one more class opened this week, and it's the Expressions in Friendship. Now, if you do not have that stamp set, this is a great way for you to get it. The Expressions in Friendship is a stamp set that's a host-only exclusive. So I want to explain to you guys how I'm able to get those stamp sets for you. So when you guys place your orders in conjunction with my Facebook Lives, or I give you a link that's got a host code included in it, that links all of those orders together, and I then earn what's called Stampin' Rewards that I can cash in for free product or for free host products. So one of the stamp sets is called Expressions in Friendship, and it's the cute one with the little girl on the swing. And so I was able to secure some of those to be able to give out and to give back to you in a class. So it's kind of, consider the stamp set an ordering incentive. You purchase the class, the stamp set comes with a full color tutorial will be emailed to you shortly after the kit gets sent out with all the instructions for you to assemble and stamp your cards. And I'm going to be offering that exact same class, or the exact same concept of a class in May with the Mischievous Mice. And I know some of you may have seen my sneak peeks that I posted. So just so you know, that is something that you can take advantage of with being able to get those stamp sets that you normally wouldn't get unless you hosted a party and had Stampin' Rewards that you can use for that. So it's my little way of giving back to you. It's the same way that I'm able to do all of the awesome fun things that I do for you on our Facebook Lives. I use those Stampin' Rewards to give them back to all of you, my awesome customers, okay? So anyway, so that is one of the classes just opened. I have another class opening tomorrow. If you've subscribed to my email list, you get my emails on Tuesdays and Fridays, and then I also advertise my classes. But we have a new class opening up. It's called Abstract Beauty, and they're really cute and trendy cards that I've created using the Abstract Beauty bundle. And that one you will see opened up for the first time tomorrow. And then we have, like I said, the Expressions in Ink, and then I have my Dahlia Days stamp set. I also have a class using that awesome Calming Camellia stamp set, which was a host-only stamp set during Celebration. So if you wanted that stamp set, that would be the way in which to get that one as well. Okay, so again, it's my way of giving back to you guys, you ladies. Most of you are ladies that are watching, in a way that I like to be able to provide things that you might not be able to easily get. So, oh Pat, I can definitely make sure I put you down for that. I just saw your little comment that you would like that one, and I can definitely hook you up with that. And then there's one more class that I can't. Oh, my Love and Happiness. Those are cards geared towards wedding, anniversary, things like that. So those are there's like 5 open classes right now. One just starts for the first time tomorrow, so you have not even seen it yet. So yeah, I can't wait for you to see it. They're very trendy cards. So with that, I'm going to actually transition my camera down. I did not have time to create a 3D project, but instead I took some time to share with you I'm going to be sharing with you different ways you can use this Ladybug stamp to create a bumblebee, to create an Easter bunny. And so I created an extra card for you tonight instead, literally again at 6 o'clock tonight when I got home, so that you're able to have different ideas with this awesome bundle. Now this bundle is carrying over into our new annual catalog. So if you don't have it yet and you were on the fence about it, you've got a little bit of time. However, anybody who puts in that minimum $35 order with me in conjunction with my Facebook Live, you will get 3 of the projects that I'm showcasing tonight sent to you in the mail. This is also a class that I don't even know if it's even still open, but some of these cards were offered in a class, and I will look and see if I have any extra kits of that. But again, you always have that ordering promotion as well, in which you can get some cards already made and assembled that I will just send to you. Okay, so with that, I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area, get my computer turned around so I can still see all of your wonderful comments, and I will get started. Okay, let me transition this down here. I'm going to start by turning around my computer so that you guys don't have to see my hand in the way, and my mouse over here. Okay, I'm telling you, I missed that little pad that I had, my tablet that was touchscreen. I no longer have that, and I miss it so much. So anyway, I now have to use my mouse, but I got a Bluetooth mouse, which makes it very easy for me to be able to maneuver my screen and still be able to help you all. So that's kind of cool. So if you see my mouse in the video, I'm going to apologize now, but it is what it is. That's how it works here. Okay, so here is this awesome bundle. Now here's also my host code. So if you're looking at doing that ordering option tonight, that is what you would need to use. You'd go to kimsbasementbunch.com, and then you will see the code there on my website, but I also have it listed right here as well in case you would like to look at it there and need to get it. So I'm just going to put that up. Now this bundle that I'm using tonight is called the Hello Ladybug. The bundle together, I need to unplug my thing. 1 minute, guys. I'm probably sounding a little more. Okay, that one would probably be better. I'm going to actually move my computer into a different spot so I can see even better. Sorry, bear with me. I told you, when you're a fish out of water, of what you're used to having, it makes it really different to be able to see everything. Okay, So anyway, this is what I'm going to be showcasing. This bundle together sells for $32.50. You get this awesome stamp set and coordinating punch right here. So I'm going to show you some little tips and tricks and things like that that you can do with this bundle to make it really versatile for you to be able to do so many different things with it. It's really, 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 really cool. Okay. So, isn't that cute? I agree, Shireen. Very cute. All right, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can just do some regular stamping with it. Let me move all these cards out of the way, and we'll bring them in one at a time here, and I'll show you how you do some simple stamping. So the neat thing is, let me bring in this card here first. This one is just stamped. So this card right here is not even, it does not even have any of the punched involved in it. It's just one of the stamps from the bundle, which makes it really, really easy and simple to use. I think it's so darn easy to use anyway. So I already stamped this in advance just to save me a little bit of time, because I have so much to share with you. But let me show you how the stamp set works. So what I did is I stamped the body of the ladybug in the Memento black ink, and then I stamped the shell on top of it using some real red ink. And the awesome thing about this is that it lines up perfectly. So let me actually just show you. So let's just pretend that I was going to be stamping the real red. I meant to grab a piece of Whisper White or basic white cardstock and have it here, and I forgot. But basically you just put this right on top. You can see how that lines up perfectly with those openings, and for you to be able to then stamp that on, and it leaves the black little dots on your shell. Isn't that so cute? I think it is anyway. Oh, thank you, Carol. Yeah, they're purple. You would like my purple nails. All right, so let me show you how easy this card is to assemble on this one. I just did some simple stamping with the flowers. And for my two embellishments that I used tonight, I used the black and white gingham ribbon and the black matte dots. And I just love these two paired together. I think they're really, really pretty together. And so all I'm going to do is adhere these two together. So simple stamping. I used Flirty Flamingo, and the neat thing is that's a stamp right here as well, the little flower stamp. And I just stamped it a couple times onto the white. You can see I made a little bit of a shadow on it, but that's okay. And then I have a 5 by 3 3/4 piece of real red cardstock that I embossed with, this is the floral embossing folder that is going away. So if you don't have this one yet and you like it, I strongly suggest that you get it sooner than later, because yeah, it's not going to be available. It is not carrying over. But that's the neat thing. You can always substitute with so many different embossing folders. You don't always have to just use the same one that you maybe saw on a card sample. You could easily change it up for a different one. All right, so this is, like I said, this ribbon just really, I thought, was perfect to go with this. So we're just gonna add the ribbon right across the middle here. I added a little bit of adhesive around that. And then this is gonna go on to my card base. This card base is the Flirty Flamingo, cut 5.5 by 8.5. And then I'm just gonna adhere this on to my card base. And then I used some dimensionals to add this on. So we're just gonna put some dimensionals on there. We'll put one on the 4 corners here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is show you how you can make this into a Bumblebee card, because I think that's really, really cool. So it's kind of a very versatile punch of things that you can do and make with it that's other than just, you know, intended for your ladybug. I'm going to tie a little piece on here, and we're just going to tie this around like that. And voila. Then from there, I just embellished my card with the black matte dots. And let me bring in my Take Your Pick tool, because that's been my new best friend. You guys, I'm getting so used to this little tool now. And I just kind of put these little black matte dots into the corners, or the centers, I mean, of my flowers. And it just kind of covers up, you know, some of the space there. And it just kind of makes it pop. Look at that. All right. So cool, right? card. I love this one. It's so cute. Okay. So anyway, that is just using the stamp to just do some simple stamping, okay? Again, I just used these two stamps right here. And then I used the hello from the stamp set. Hello, my friend. And you have a cute little stamp or a cute little card. Thank you. Look at all those little likes coming through. I like that. Okay, so that is the first card that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. It's just they're just so cute. Okay, now what I want to share with you is how I used this Ladybug stamp to make a bumblebee. Can you guys see that okay here? I hope so. Isn't that cute? Exactly, Janet. It is simple and cute. Yeah, the black and red. You can't go wrong with black and red, I don't think. So for this one, I used some of the Retiring Host paper that we have in the catalog. And I'm going to show you how I made this adorable little bee. So what you're going to do is you're going to use a scrap of basic black and you're going to punch out the body of the ladybug, okay? And then I used a scrap of Bumblebee and I did the same. I punched out a scrap, or I punched it out of a scrap. And then I used a scrap of vellum and I punched out the wings, okay? Well, sorry, the wings that go like that. All right, so those are the three pieces we're going to use. And then I cut with, again, some scraps of Bumblebee cardstock, some little 1/4-inch strips of cardstock, okay? Now, what I did is I wanted to start on the bottom, so I'm going to bring in my little black one right here, and I'm going to just cut off. If you're not comfortable just cutting this, you could use your paper trimmer. I'm comfortable just cutting across. And then if you wanted to, you could also then cut this and use this for strips. But I found it was so much easier to just be able to do this and put them on there and then cut around the edge. But if you really wanted to, you could use this and cut more strips from it and then just kind of piece them onto the body. But again, that to me seemed like a lot more work, and a 1/4-inch strip of a piece of cardstock is not going to break my bank. So I'm going to line this one up here on the bottom though. So this is going to be the bottom. So we're going to make sure we line that up. And then I have these little strips right here. And so with these little strips, I'm just going to add some adhesive to it. And I'm going to, let me move the card over a little bit. And then I'm going to use the part that's got the adhesive on it. And I'm just going to lay it across my little bee. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this off. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing again. I'm going to add some more adhesive to this. So liquid glue would work as well. I'm just taking the easy way out here. And then we're going to leave the same amount of black space between there. And I'm going to add another strip of this Bumblebee cardstock. I'm sticking it on there really, really good. And now all we're going to do is we're going to take our paper snips and cut around the body of the new transformed ladybug to a bumblebee. I'm going to cut off those little excess pieces because we no longer need them. Okay, and look at that. Isn't that cute? All right, so then what I did is I then took the vellum wings and I'm going to add a glue dot to the center of that. So let me bring in my glue dots. I know, Kit, isn't it cute? So again, it just kind of gives you another reason to want this awesome punch. I'm just going to line that up here. Now you are going to be able to see that little glue dot there, but we are going to cover it up with one of our black matte dots. So I'm going to take the big one here, and I'm just going to put that right on top of that glue dot. There you have it. So that is how you create it and make it into a bumblebee instead of a ladybug. Hello, Peggy. Welcome, welcome. Isn't it a cute idea? I think it is too. Now there are many different ways that you could probably incorporate that. You could do the opposite. You could start with cutting off just the whole head here, or the whole, like leaving the whole like using this and replacing the whole thing, and then using a black marker and coloring it in, like just cutting off the head so the head would still be black. I just found this to be the easiest way for me to do that. So let me assemble this card and show you how easy this one went together. So this one I chose to use basic black for my card base, and I would add a white insert to this, just so that, you know, you have an insert for it to be able to write your message. And then we have a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of Bumblebee, which is leaving. I think it's still available if you still want to get the Bumblebee. If not, Daffodil Delight would work for this. So would So Saffron. So, yeah, isn't that cute? I'm glad you guys like this idea. So I saw another demonstrator do it, but they did it a little bit of a different way. So I always try to take an easier way that's going to work, I think, even better. So this is what worked for me. But if not, you guys have the concept. You can feel free to experiment with what might work best for you to create your little bees. And then we're going to adhere this down to the card. And then I used a piece of that paper again. Now I could also have used the back side. This is that Pattern Party Host paper, that great big pack of paper. And I'm just going to adhere this down. It's a 2-inch strip, 2 by 5. And then I just made a second one of my bumblebees. So we're just going to put this one on. I'm not going to take the time to make another one, even though I have it sitting here ready to do. So I will probably finish that after my live with all of you. But again, I got so many things to show you. And then I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on that. And then this is going to go on here. And then I put my other one here. And then I topped this card off with "You Can Bug Me Anytime." So there's the finished card. You can kind of see I just paired the colors together, and voila! Isn't that cute? Oh, that's a good idea. Courtney, you are full of ideas when it comes to markers, and yeah. So that, isn't it neat though, how you can do so many different things with it, and make the same kind of concept that you might want. Hello, Diana. Welcome. I'm glad you're able to watch tonight. All right, so that is my second card. So next I'm going to go on to my next card, and this card is going to be another Ladybug card before I show you a cute little bunny. So this card is a little bit of a different take. I wanted to make a card that didn't have red ladybugs. So, hi, Philomena. I'm glad that you are here with us now. So, anyway, this is the Ladybug card that I used. Instead I used the, sorry, I had to get a drink. The Flirty Flamingo. That's what it is, Flirty Flamingo. And I used a piece of paper from the Heart and Home collection of the Designer Series paper. So for this one, I used the Flirty Flamingo for my card base. And then I used a layer of Pool Party 5 1/4 by 4 for my first layer. And then, like I said, I used a piece of that paper. This is from the that Heart and Home paper. This one I cut the 5 by 3 3/4, and I just stamped in advance my little sentiment, "May your greatest wish come true," right at the top. And I stamped that right directly onto the card, or the paper. Doesn't the pink give it a different look? I agree. I think the pink just gives it a totally different look. And then you're going to see how I use the wings here as leaves, giving you yet another idea of how you can use this punch in unique and other ways. So we're going to add some ribbon to it, because I think the ribbon just really adds to my project. Adding the ribbon down here on the bottom of this. I'm just going to do the same thing I did previously. We're just going to wrap that around. And then we're going to adhere this down to the card. And we'll tie off that little bit here in just a little bit. But first, without that knot in my way, I want to kind of show you how I assembled my card. So for this one, so again, I'm always about trying to teach you new ideas, new things that you can do. So this time I used some of that pattern paper, the black and white pattern paper, for the body of my bug. And this one I used the polka dots. This one I'm going to actually, I think, use the square one. So I just punched the body out of that. And then in advance, I cut out or punched out the, I stamped this in Flirty Flamingo, and then I just lined it up and punched it out of my punch. Okay, so you just line it up, your paper goes in there, you line it up, you punch it out. And I did not add any of the black dots. So here's the thing, if I wanted to add the black dots with a stamp, I could right here. So then I would just take that off my block and put it on a block and stamp it on there with black. But I used my black matte dots for all of that, just to add a little bit of pizzazz to it, and I just really like the look of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some adhesive to the back of my little wings here. And I'm just going to adhere this onto my card like that, or onto my little bug. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the next one. So you can see you have options. You can easily, oh, you are so welcome, Peggy. I send out a lot of Easter cards and a lot of Christmas cards, and I love designing cards and sending them to all of you. So you'll always never be surprised when you get something like that, because it's just what I love to do. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and add some dimensionals onto them, and then you're going to see what I did to make the wings be grass or be leaves that the ladybugs are on. So for this one, I'm going to kind of face it this way, and then this one I'm going to do the opposite and face it this way. All right, so then I used a scrap of pear pizzazz, okay? So, oh, Courtney, good idea. So Courtney just said to remember to mention coloring the ribbon. So you can use your Stampin' Blends and you can color this ribbon. I'm gonna actually go and see if I can find my real red right now. And I'm gonna actually use a piece of scrap or something to show you how you can do that. So bear with me here. Yay, I found it that fast. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm going to actually put a little piece of scrap under here because I don't want to stain my thing, but you can actually use our blends to color this ribbon. So if I wanted to color the white to make it red, check that out. It's so easy to do. And it's actually quite addicting, but you do need to put something down underneath of it. Isn't that an awesome thing? Look at that. Thank you, Courtney, because there's so many tips and tricks that I would have forgotten. But yeah, so if you wanted to make your ribbon a different color, so let's just say on one of them I wanted to add red ribbon, I could. You can color that ribbon and make it any color that you want. Okay, so keep that in mind, not just with the Ladybug bundle, but with any bundle. You can change that up and make it any color that your little heart desires. Okay, so then I took a scrap of the pear pizzazz and I punched out my my wings. And now you could actually score these if you want, but I didn't. I just did it by hand. I literally took the point of this and I just folded them like this. So if you don't like, again, I'm all about just, well, I have fingernails as a tool, so I can kind of make them fold the way I want. But all I did was fold those wings a little bit. And then I'm going to add a glue dot to the back of this. And that is how I use the wings to make leaves. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? So one little glue dot, and look at that. Look at that leaf. I love it. Okay, so again, if you can score these if you want, you can get your scoring blade out. I know, isn't that cool? So you wouldn't need a leaf punch. So I'm hoping you guys are liking all these tips and tricks and that you're gonna be like, yeah, I need to have that punch, because I want you to again, think outside of just this bundle. You could use these as leaves for so many other cards. I mean, you wouldn't have to just use them for the Ladybug cards. All right, so I'm gonna add another, I was pretty proud of myself when I saw that and went, oh, that can be my leaves. And I'm just gonna kind of put this one underneath here a little bit like that. Well, maybe I won't put it there. Let's see. Got my dimensional there, so it's not wanting to stay there the greatest. So I'm gonna, well, we're gonna leave it there. It'll be fine. I'll just make it work. Push it over a little bit. Okay, and then you can see if you wanted to, look how this one looks kind of plain without the dots on there. So again, if you wanted to use your stamp, if you didn't have the black matte dots, oh, a flower. Yeah, you could also do a flower with that, Janet. That's a really good idea. If you didn't want to use the black matte dots for this, you definitely would then want to use the Hello Ladybug stamp set and use this stamp right here in black to add, or gray or something dark to add your dots to it. But I chose to use the, and I have moved this on you guys so you can't see it. I'm making like a fish out of water tonight, just a little bit without my other computer. Hope you guys are doing okay with all my movement of stuff. Oh, and then there I go using my scissors. Okay, So then you just kind of add your little black dots, and I'm using, you can see there's some smaller circles and some bigger ones. So I'm gonna use my bigger dots for the bigger circles. That's why I kind of felt that these were made for this bundle. And then I'm gonna use my smaller dots for the smaller ones. And it just gives you that little bit of variation, but look at that. So cool. Ta-da! And so I'm not gonna take the time to do the other one, but you can see how that just totally dresses that up, doesn't it? Just really dresses that up 100% to make it look a little bit more like a bee. Or bee. This one's not the bee, this is the ladybug. All right, so anyway, oh, we gotta add the little ribbon underneath there. So I am gonna cut off the little red piece, but here I'm gonna bring it back in and show you. It's all nice and dry, and it looks beautiful. So you could use any color blend. You could make this be blue and white. You could make it yellow and white. You could make it, or yellow and black. You can make it any color you want. That white will absorb whatever color blend that you decide to use. And then we're just gonna tie this on underneath here and just gonna go around. This is how I do my little cheater bows. And then from there, we're just gonna trim these at an angle. All right, what do you think? Isn't it cute? I know, it's probably one of my favorite cards right here. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Hi Wendy, and thank you for sharing. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how to make a bunny with this. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm really sorry that I did not have time to make him into a project. I ran out of time. It was 5 to 7 and my husband was down here to help me and said, Kim, you need to go live. And I went, okay. So this, you're just gonna get the concept, okay? You're just gonna get the concept on this one. And this one uses the Ladybug body. It uses the daisy. This is the daisy punch. And this is carrying over as well. The large daisy is not, but this one is. And then I use the bow punch, which is also carrying over. This bow punch is also in our current January through June catalog, but it will be carrying over, okay? So what I did is I stamped the body and the daisy in basic white. I stamped this piece right here out in a scrap of Blushing Bride. You can see I used one of them, and you'll see why in just a little bit, but I'm gonna use the other one on my next project, okay? So anyway, what we're gonna do is we are going to cut off, we're gonna, poor ladybug, we're gonna cut off its little tentacles here. I think that's what they're called. Please correct me if I'm wrong. We're just gonna round this off and cut off the little things there. I know, right? Then we're going to take our punch, and you can use a lot of these over again, and we are just going to cut off 2 petals. And I am going to try to keep those petals in one piece, which I accomplished. Woohoo! I'm gonna add a glue dot to the back of my thing here. I did too, Peggy. I'm glad that you liked it. It's so fun to play with. So I'm just gonna add a glue dot to the back of the head, and I had it right up near the top. And I am just going to adhere these little bunny ears. Look at the bunny ears. Adhere the bunny ears to the top there. And then I am using this awesome punch right here to add a tail. So let me bring in my finished little bunny. Now, if you don't have this punch, you could also use, I've seen this done. One of my team members made us a 3D project at our team meeting this week, and I was gonna show you it and I couldn't find it when I went live. I unpacked for my team meeting and I couldn't find it. She used one of the webbed feet from the penguin punch. You can also use a little antenna, there you go. You can use anything that you want on this. To make a little tail, okay? And then you're just going to use the little glue dots here, a little glue dot. And I'm going to add it down here to the tail, for the tail. And you can kind of add it on any way that you want. I add that one down, that one goes up, but it just adds a little tail. So it looks like you have the back end of a cute little bunny looking off into a sunset or anything that you want. Isn't that cute? I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, So there's another little idea for you of how another way you can use this. And so if you're still waiting on Easter projects or still need to make Easter projects and you have these punches, you can easily make a little bunny with it. All right, so let me show you our next card that I created. Let me check my time. So I know I probably won't have time to get through all of these, but the next one I'm going to show you is this one right here. And in this one, I wanted to showcase using this awesome leaf right here. Now, there are no dies for the leaf or no punch, but that I did indeed simply fussy cut, and it worked very, very well. I used Granny Apple Green for that. And for this card, I may just change the color of my ribbon to be red. We'll see. So for this, I'm going to fold my card base in half. Again, this becomes my card base. And then this one, I wanted a little bit more of my black to show. So for this one, I have my real red that is cut 5 by 3 3/4. So I skipped a layer. Normally it would be 5 1/4 by 4. And this is, again, some more of that same black paper. Oh, thank you, Philomena. And this is cut 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So it's going to fit a little bit differently. So you got more of the black showing. And so for this, I am just going to adhere these two together like that. And for this one, I am indeed going to color some of this ribbon. So I'm going to use this little piece right here. Let me bring my little thing back in. We're going to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to color some ribbon again. So I'm just going to color that. This one I will use for the little tie-on piece, but we're going to color some more to add around, just so you can see how this looks in a card, in a finished card. So make sure I get enough of this done, and it goes quite fast. I mean, you can see here that I'm just making long, strokes here with my blend, and that should be enough. And you are going to want to let that dry just for a little bit, because it does take a little bit of time to dry, but not too long. So that's why I wanted to get that done here real quick. Now on this one, I used the stamp. So the first card that I shared, this is the first one actually I think that I did with the whole punch. But this one I used the stamp set completely. I actually stamped the body here of the Ladybug in the Memento Black, and then I stamped the wings here in real red, and then I used this right here to stamp the dots on. So if you like to stamp, this is going to be a fun card for you, because I literally did 3 different stamping: the body punched out, the wings punched out, and then added the black dots to that. So we're going to adhere a couple of these together so we can put this card together. And the neat thing is that this fits just perfectly right underneath the head of the, right underneath the head there, like that. So it curves around perfectly. So let me put a couple of these together real quick here. So again, showing you different ways. If you like to stamp, this is going to be your go-to. If not, you can also make a card, and I'll show you that one next, where you just punch. You use scraps of black, scraps of red, and you just punch them. So again, you can mix it up any way that you are comfortable with. Okay, so since I know this ribbon is now dry, we're going to add the ribbon on here. So I'm going to cut the ribbon like that, and we're going to add it down here to the bottom of my card. Look at how pretty. Just changes the whole look a little bit, doesn't it? I love that. All right, Courtney, thank you for suggesting that. It's a good suggestion, so I can show another little tip and trick. Okay, and then we're just going to adhere this down to my card like this. Okay, and then in advance, I've stamped this with, I think I used Granny Apple Green, but here I used Old Olive. And this I just fussy cut. So I'm just going to fussy cut around this really quick. Again, nothing too fancy. Just kind of, cutting. All right, and let's see how quick and easy it is to fussy cut here. And shoom. All right, so there you have it. Quick and easy cut. All right, so this we're just going to adhere directly down to the card. So this is just going to go directly down. And then from there, I adhered my ladybugs using some dimensionals. So let me find where I threw those at here. Here we go. That was actually the back of my scrap. Don't you love it? Hey, it works, right? Whatever you got handy is what you do. All right, so I'm just gonna take that, remove those, had one up here. I put one down here. Oh, and I didn't put my last ladybug together, so we need to do that because this one needs to have 3, I think anyway. So let me add a little bit of adhesive to that. This is my speed stamping session because there's lots of little pieces and parts to it. And then we'll add a couple of dimensionals onto that. And this one we're gonna put down here on top of the ribbon a little bit. And we're gonna tie that little piece on that I cut when I showcased this. So again, you're gonna get a little bit of a different look to this card because of the colored ribbon. But look at how pretty. Scissors. Oh, I covered up the scissors with my dimensionals. And there you have. And this ribbon is carrying over into the new catalog as well. So you will be able to get your hands on this ribbon. I used the same saying, may your greatest wish come true, because I can see myself sending these cards for like birthdays and things like that. Oh my gosh, you guys, guess what I did? So this one down here, I actually used a punched image instead of the stamped image. But you'll see that in the next card, I'll have to use one of the stamped ones. Tells you how much what I get for not paying attention. I'm surprised someone didn't say that. Notice that that one was a little bit darker. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and put that on with a couple of dimensionals. But it'll be fine. If I wouldn't have said it, I probably wouldn't have noticed. Probably, maybe. All right, that's going to just get added up here on the top. And then I topped this card off with a few of those little black matte dots. I'm just adding them sporadically onto the card. But isn't that pretty? So what do you think? Do you like the red ribbon? Doesn't it add a little bit of a different look to it? I think it just adds a little bit of a different look to it, but I like it. I think it looks good. All right. Now, if stamping is not your thing, I know I've got some of my ladies that they love to stamp and others would rather just use their machine and die cut and their punches and die cut. So this next card that I'm going to share with you is designed for you to just be able to use the punch directly without any stamping, okay? So this one is designed for you to be able to just punch out. And like I said, you can see that I accidentally used one of the wrong bodies for this. But here's where you can just punch out the body with basic black. And then you can just punch out the wings with the real red. Now, you could either then use your black matte dots like I did to add the spots to it, or you could still, if you don't mind minimal stamping, you could still use your little black dots here from the stamp set, okay? So again, you can kind of mix it up however you choose to with what you like, okay? Now, for this card, I did use this stitched greenery, which I think is going away. But that is just a great big die that you put on top of your piece, and when you run it through your machine, it automatically does this awesome little stitched look to it. Isn't that gorgeous? And I thought it went with this bundle just splendidly well. So for this one, I used my basic white for my card base. And then I used, again, I like to pop it with that black. So I have a black layer that's 5 1/4 by 4. And then this is that green one that I ran through that is 5 by 3 3/4. So we're just gonna adhere these two together. And I know that our products that are on Last Chance are going fast. And it's so hard for me to keep up with it all. So I don't know for sure if this is completely all available anymore. And that's why I apologize. It's really hard to keep up with, unfortunately, right? Let me see here. So anyway, thought I had a comment come in that I had to answer, but I'm looking back and not seeing anything. But hi to, is it Shireen who just joined us? Welcome. And Patty did as well, I see. Okay, so from there, we're going to add the ribbon. So for this ribbon, but isn't that pretty just like that? I mean, seriously. Oh yeah, you could definitely emboss those black dots. You could emboss them with that black embossing powder. It would look beautiful. Okay. So we're going to add some of the black ribbon, the black and white gingham ribbon again around here. just like this. And I know I have that little piece that's red, but no one's going to see that. No one at all is going to see that. And then we're going to adhere this down to my card. I do that since it's sticky from me using that adhesive to do that. So I like to just get that adhered down. Whoops, but not crooked. And the art adhesives are a little bit forgiving. You got a little bit of time to work with it. Okay, there we go. And then for this one, I incorporated that daisy punch. So what I did is I punched that daisy punch twice. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my adhesive and add a little bit of adhesive to the center. And all you're going to do is stagger this, just like this, to give you a fuller looking daisy. Isn't that cute? And then I use my dimensionals on there. And then I did use, so for the center of my flower, I did use a retired half-inch circle punch, but any little circles would work for that. But I just needed to add a little bit of the center to it. It needed to have the centers, I thought, anyway. So I'm not going to take the time to build the whole card, but you get the kind of gist of how to add the second one on there. And then to add these pieces together, I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to the wings here. And again, do the same, adhere it down underneath the neck there. And then I topped it off by adding in some of our black matte dots with our Take Your Pick tool. So again, I have grown very fond of this Take Your Pick tool. I know I always am a creature of habit and just use whatever I have. But now that I have that caddy, I should mention, if any of you did not get a caddy yet and you're interested in a caddy, let me know. We have, I did have my friend Lucas print a few more on his 3D printer. Any of you that are new to joining me, this is what I'm talking about. I work in the IT department at a university. So Stampin' Up is my fun job. Most of you know that already. But he designed, I took him all of the different gadgets that we use in creating cards. And he came up with this awesome little gadget to be able to hold all of our adhesives. So like, even like your dimensionals will fit in here. And these are $20. I think they're 28 shipped to you, or maybe 27 shipped. But then you have a spot here as well for your, he also did these little ones. So this is the one I use for my liquid little glue. And then I use this little thing for all of my extras. So it's just been a godsend. So I've been able to easily find my stuff. I love it. Okay. So now that I have this caddy here, my Take Your Pick tool is readily available because it's always in there. So that is why it's getting used. So see, there's a method to my madness there. All right. And so if anybody, you know, if any of you that are new joining me and you're wondering what in the heck was that, it's nothing perfect. Like you can see, it's got some, when you print using a 3D printer, it prints from the bottom up. So it's going to have these little marks on it because it's just printed on a 3D printer. Isn't that cool though? I love it. Love, love, love it. Okay, and so then these I'm just going to add on. And you can see I added another daisy down here, a couple more of the ladybugs, tied my little knot through, added my friend. But how pretty is that? And you can, you know, change up the colors on this as well if you wanted to, and make your daisies different colors. I mean, you could do so much with this card. But I really liked it. I thought it was super duper cute and a neat way. Minimal stamping. My friend is the only thing stamped on this card. But this one would be a good one to have without even having any kind of an image on there. Really? Isn't that cool? Wendy, I will definitely get in touch with you on that because, yeah, you will love it. Trust me when I say that. I know some of you got it, so feel free to weigh in on your caddies. I'd love to know what you guys think. Okay, so I'm not going to finish this one, like I said, because I have one more card that I want to at least show you, and we're coming on the 8 o'clock time already, and all of you know I like to sign off by 8 o'clock so that I'm not keeping you here forever. But this is the last card that I created, and again, I used just by stamping that ladybug on, so I went back to how I did my first card. I'm just using these two stamps right here. And that's my focal point. Added a little ribbon. You can bug me anytime. And again, a cute little card created using that. So let me bring all of my cards in and projects in here so you can see all of them that we did tonight. I hope that you enjoyed getting some tips and tricks with all of the things that you saw me showcase tonight. Again, if you put in a minimum order with me at kimsbasementbunch.com of $35, you will receive 3 of these completed cards sent to you in the mail as my personal thank you. Already completed. You don't even have to worry about assembling them. I do all of that for you. And if there's one that you really, really liked and you're one of the first ones to put in your order, you might even be able to pick which ones that you would like. So again, I showcased how to change out and make it into a bumblebee. And then I didn't have time to finish the card, but I also showed you how easy it is to make that punch and that into a, thank you, Courtney, for that. I'm glad you like yours. Into a cute little bunny by using the ladybug body and adding a couple of the petals from the daisy punch. So anyway, thank you all so very much for joining me tonight. I hoped that you enjoyed my presentation. This is what I had planned for you last week, but I decided to pivot and showcase instead new product that I had gotten. And I've got a couple classes already designed with that new product, so you'll be seeing a couple of them hitting my Facebook group, my page, and my email for you to be able to order those classes to go. And one of the new things I'm going to be offering, I'm excited to let all of you know, is I'll also be offering tutorials for most of my classes. So if you're interested in just like a tutorial option only, there will be a spot on my website coming soon for you to simply be able to do that as well. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed my presentation tonight. And I hope that I see you all back here again next Thursday night for my next Facebook Live. And I'll always post what I'll be showcasing. Usually I post that on Monday so you guys can see them. Yes, I'll be posting these. Judy, this class is actually, I think, an open class right now, or it may have just closed, but I've got a couple, I know I've got extra kits of this. Because I just knew this one would be, one people would love once they saw the versatility of it. But anyway, I want to wish you all a very, very happy Easter and blessed happy Easter to you. And I hope that you have time to visit with your family and friends this weekend and just take time to enjoy and relax a little bit. I know I plan on doing that a little bit on Sunday. All right. Thank you all so very much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. And I, again, thank all of you so very much for taking the time to spend it with me. And I look forward to seeing you guys back here next week. Bye, everyone.